Hello, boys and girls. I have another book to read to you. I bought these books this year, but I never had a chance to read them to anybody. So thank you for listening. And I think they're excellent books. I read this one to you already. It's called Bubblegum Brain and Brickhead Brain. This was a fictional story, but it showed two young boys with different mindsets, how it affected them, and how Brickhead Brain over here learns to grow a bubblegum brain at the end, and he's so much happier. Well, today I'm going to read this story to you. It's called Your Fantastic Elastic Brain. Stretch It, Shape It, by Joanne Deek, PhD, illustrated by Sarah Ackerley. Now this book is more factual. It's more nonfiction. It's actually about your human brain. So you're going to learn a little bit more about your brain. When a reader reads kind of a scientific book, all right, like I'm going to do here, the reader needs to slow down because the words are going to be harder. And the concepts might be a little harder too. Some of the facts that you're going to learn. So you really need to pay attention, but I think you'll enjoy it. This book is about the growth mindset as well, and what really happens to your brain when you have a growth mindset. How flexible it can be. What it's capable of learning. All right? We have some little characters here. We have a little owl and a little mouse. It says, an average person's short-term memory can hold 7 digits at a time. And the mouse says, I think I can remember this number. So in our short-term memory, we usually can hold about 7 numbers. And down here it says, the human brain weighs about 3 pounds. Ugh, it feels like a lot more than that. So once again, you're going to learn facts about the human brain. What does your brain really do? Does it fill the space between your ears? Hello in there. All I see is pink stuff. Well, yes, but your brain can do so much more. Your brain helps you think and remember. Good kitty. And name what you see and what you hear. It lets you move your body and feel both touch and emotions. Your brain does all the things that make you, you. And this little girl likes red foods, favorite word is elbow, is a ping pong champion, knows global landmarks, good at science, enjoys reading pirate books. So, what is your brain? Is it a muscle? No, the brain is an organ in your body. It's made up of cells and tissue, not tissue like you blow your nose. The brain controls everything you do, everything you think, everything you feel, even everything you dream. Over here, he's dreaming, this little boy, greetings Earthlings, welcome to Planet Oregon. And the little owl is saying, hey, I had that same dream. That's kind of strange. So your brain is an organ in your body. Like your heart or your lungs or your liver, it's not an organ that you play music on. The brain has many parts that do all kinds of different jobs. Now this is where we're going to get into some science words. All right, we have different parts of the brain. I'm going to start in the front. This orange part is the prefrontal cortex. This big blue part is the cerebrum. This part that looks like green noodles here in the middle is called the hippocampus. And that little yellow end is called the amygdala. And this red part in the back is called the cerebellum. So, these are the different parts of your brain, and they all do different things. Whoa, that pink stuff is busy. Now I'm going to tell you what they do. The cerebrum, which is the blue part. The cerebrum is the largest part of your brain. It helps you think and speak. The cerebellum, which is the red part. The cerebellum is a small part at the back of the brain that helps your muscles to coordinate your movement and your balance so you can walk, ride a bike, or play tag. And the little owl's saying, I can walk and chew gum. Oh, here, let me show you. Again, we're talking about the different parts of the brain. Prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is the part of your brain behind your forehead. It lets you make plans and decisions. Right? Then we have the hippocampus, and that's those green little noodly areas in the middle. The hippocampus is at the center of your brain. It works like a file cabinet to help you store and find memories. Little mouse is saying, I found it, cheese. Amygdala. The amygdala is a tightly packed group of cells deep within the center of the brain that controls your emotions. And here are some emotions: excited, angry, embarrassed, frightened, sad, happy. Neurons. Neurons are everywhere in your brain. They are tiny brain cells that make electrical signals to send messages to other cells in your body telling them what to do. Okay, amygdala means almond. Oh, that's that little part of the brain that looks like an almond. I can see how it got that name. Stay with me. Now we're going to figure this out, how it all goes together. When you were born, you were very little. Your brain was small and not so strong. As you get older, your body grows and gets stronger. As part of your body, your brain grows and learns to do new things. And you can make your brain do even more. Your brain grows very fast during the first 10 years of your life. This is the magic decade when you can help your brain grow faster and to be more powerful. Just like lifting weights helps your muscles get stronger, learning new things strengthens your brain. You can give your brain a good workout by trying to learn many different things. So I imagine that you all are maybe 8 or 9 years old. So you're still in that magic decade where you can really make your brain grow faster and stronger by learning new things, by being a bubblegum brain. Like elastic bands that stretch when you pull them, even things that are hard at first, or that you don't like to do, or that you don't do very well, get easier when you keep trying. Nice kick. Think about the first time you played soccer. You probably couldn't kick the ball far or make many goals. But as you kept going to practices, you learned more about the rules of the game and followed your coach's directions. The muscles in your legs and feet got stronger. Your movements were more coordinated and you could run farther and faster. Learning more and practicing what you learned lets you play better and have more fun. Practice really does make perfect, or at least much better. And I've been asking you to practice those flashcards of your vowel teams and your bossy R. And the more you practice them, the more accurate and automatic you'll become. And that will help you become a better reader and a better speller. That's why we practice. I play the piano. I need to practice a lot before I can play a song well. But then I enjoy it so much, and so does my family. make a mistake while you're learning something new, you are still training your brain. You will remember that mistake and try something else until you get it right. Making mistakes is one of the best ways your brain learns and grows. If you aren't willing to risk being wrong, you won't take the chances that stretch your elastic brain. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. It's good to make mistakes. We learn from them. You can stretch the part of your brain that controls your feelings too. Let's jump together. That's what the little owl is saying. If you are frightened about taking a risk, like learning to swim, finding the courage to put your face in the water stretches your amygdala. It will remind you that you overcame your fear. So you will be braver the next time something scares you, like diving into the water. You want to be safe, but you also want to learn. Learning something new causes the brain to grow more connections among the neurons. With more connections, the neurons can send and receive more messages. These connections help to stretch a part of your brain and make it more elastic so that it can hold more information and ideas. How does the brain stretch and grow? A word that begins with neuro has something to do with the brain. A sculptor molds, shapes, or carves things out of clay or wood or stone. So you shape your brain when you make it bigger by adding new things you know and can do. You are a neurosculptor. How did you do that? Neurons, my feathered friend. We can make our brains smarter. We can connect neurons. We can have an elastic brain. Even as an adult, we can continue to learn. It's called neuroplasticity. That's a fun word to say, or two words to say. When you learn something new, you're building on what you have already learned. In the same way that the muscles in your body work together when you want to lift a heavy object or kick a ball, the different parts of your brain work together when you're learning something new. And here we go. This is what the parts do. The amygdala makes you want to learn to play the piano. The cerebrum helps you decide to practice. The cerebellum calls up the memory of watching and listening when your piano teacher showed you how to play a new piece of music. Then your cerebellum sends messages through neurons to the muscles in your wrists, hands, and fingers so that you can hit the right keys. The next time you play that piece of music, the parts of your brain and body will know how to work together, and you will play the song more easily. Remember I said we want to think about what we already know, and then we want to add the new information to that, and then that grows. The brain that makes you really is an amazing organ. It controls what you think, do, feel, and remember. Your brain is growing very fast during your first 10 years of life, and now we know that you can help it grow. When you try hard to learn something new, connections grow from neurons and attach to other neurons. Then your brain can send messages faster, making part of your brain bigger and stronger. Making mistakes really helps you learn because your brain keeps trying new things and stretching until you figure out the answer to your problem. You are shaping a more elastic brain when you learn new things that build on what you already know. The more you learn and think about different kinds of things, the more you can learn, know, and enjoy. The harder you try without giving up, the more you will learn. You really can train your brain to be fit and strong and to keep stretching and growing throughout your whole life. Okay, I'm not going to read this part. It's more about your fantastic elastic brain and a little bit about the author, but there's a lot there to read. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope you stayed with me till the end of it. The lesson here is that just like our muscles in our body from running or jumping, our brain is an organ, and our brain can grow and become stronger too. By learning, by making mistakes, by trying. We like to use the word grit. By having grit, it means not giving up easily. Perseverance, you just keep trying and trying and trying, all right? Be persistent. But having a positive attitude will just make you a happier person. And learning can be fun. It's just all the way you look at it. But some things come easily to us, some things don't. And those things that don't, we just need to keep trying and practicing. Don't give up. All right? So, I hope you remember this when you are on your journey to Greentown next year. And remember, it's not just about what we know, it's our emotions too. And so we need to be brave, and we need to be positive, and we need to think it's going to be awesome at Greentown next year. I'm going to make friends. I'm going to learn new things. I'm going to be happy. All right, have a great day. Thank you.